In the last discussion, Bhante used a simile in explaining impermanence as a mustard seed on a moving needle. Is the needle equivalent to rupa and the mustard seed equivalent to nama, dharmatha? Could you please clarify?
Nama, dhamma.
She says, is the needle equivalent to rupa
dharmata
and the mustard equivalent to nama?
Yeah, nama, dharmata. I was trying to explain not only name and rupa, nama, rupa. I was trying to explain how quickly things change. I was not referring to any particular nama or any particular rupa, but everything is so quickly changing and so impermanent. I just want to show through this simile how impermanent things are. When things are impermanent, changing very quickly, you cannot hold on to that particular object. It can be mentality, materiality, either of them or both of them, internal, external, and so on. You just have to experience it to see how quickly things change. That's what I wanted to emphasize.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante. These 4 frames of reference from number 1 to number 4, is it something we will practice step by step? Since practicing mindfulness meditation, this is my question for many years. For example, while walking meditation, when I hear birds chirping, I discern I am feeling a pleasant feeling. This is Vedana Nupassana. Then, from the memory, aversion arises. I discern that the mind has aversion. Then next aversion disappears. I discern that mind is without aversion. These are commonly experienced in my meditation practice. Does it mean that I am practicing / training Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana? ?
Okay. When you mention 4 points of reference from this question, I assume you may be referring to 4 establishment of mindfulness. Mindfulness of body, feeling, mind, and mental objects. Okay, in this context, I assume that is what you meant. But there is another meaning also in 4 point of reference. That is different thing. Anyway, when you, as you said in the example, when you do walking meditation or sitting meditation, you hear a bird's song, birds singing, and a bird chirping. So when you hear that, instead of letting desire arise in you, aversion arise in you, at the very moment you hear the sound, you bring what is called yoniso manasikara. See the root of whatever arises in your mind. Therefore, the first thing you should do, the very best thing everybody must do first. The very best thing. The very best thing is seeing impermanence of these birds chirping. If you pay attention, you will hear various type of sound waves hitting your eardrums and vanishing away at the same time. Hundreds and hundreds of different sound waves hit your eardrum. If you pay total attention, all you notice is the rising and falling of the chirping. Birds, later on you begin to think, oh, this is a bird, this is the bird chirping, and this is high pitch, this is low pitch, this is mine. All these are the details you get involved in when you do not see the original basic, the best thing to do. Rising and falling and rising and falling. That is impermanence you must see. If that you cannot do that, the next thing you should do when the desire arises or disturbance arises in your mind, as you said, under disappointment or anger, what you call dislike, aversion is the underlying tendency when you dislike it. Normally, birds chirping men don't actually make people upset. Most people like to hear the bird chirping. It is a beautiful song. The bird doesn't have any intention to hurt us, disturb us. Bird doesn't even know that we are meditating. The bird doesn't know that we are human beings. And so forth and so on. All these details they don't have in their mind. They just either to call their partners or call their babies or just to relax, they sing a song. So, without going into all these details, if you go into details, still you don't have any reason to get upset. You can use this sound as a part of your meditation. You know, sometimes people are upset when they hear rain dropping. Rain drops on a metal roof or on the board on the ground. It keep some people. Any little sound can disturb some people. Even somebody open a plastic cover of a package or brown paper opening that makes some kind of sound, and hearing that some people get upset. This is not unusual thing, and therefore we have to be very, very mindful to see how this disturbance arises in the mind. The bird has nothing to do with that. It is you who have this resentment as a root in your own mind. And this is why I say, answering the other question sincerely, honestly, practicing, sincerely, honestly, you look at your mind. Look at your mind and then uproot the aversion from the very moment it arises, seeing after all, this bird is very, normally he sings, he has no reason to disturb me, and this is a good indication of impermanence. Let me listen to it more carefully, more attentively, more closely, to see, to learn impermanence from this sound of birds singing. And then you can see how much you relax in your heart, and you can see the change within yourself. That means look at impermanence as whenever you experience an object, sound, mental object or physical object. Okay, another question?
Okay.